talk about their own experiences.
Quite hard,
The
isn't it?
second person that we have speaking to you today, we're absolutely thrilled to have him here with us. He is the branch secretary for the Northwest Service Industries branch of Unite, which is an absolutely massive organisation responsible for over 4,500 members within the Northwest alone. He is the Vice Chairman of Warrington Trades Union Council and a member of the Regional Industrial Sector Committee. He is also a dedicated activist, taking on roles in many different organisations, all fighting to create a fairer world for the many, not the few. We are thrilled to introduce Kenny Watson.
Thank you very much for that introduction. I'm not sure I'll be able to live up to that.
A long way to
You can come round with me next time and speak as well. Just to sort of go through what we're today, obviously it's my union that provided the basically the gazebo and stuff like that for this particular demonstration. But it isn't just about Unite, it's about it's about fighting for our rights. We are currently in the middle of the most concerted attack on working class people in almost half a century. Average wages in the UK are falling the fastest rate for 2 decades. Many workers haven't seen a pay rise since before the COVID pandemic. Some workers have been subject to a pay freeze for much longer than that, ever since the calls for austerity took place for the last economic crisis in 2008. Whenever the economy fails, whenever profits are down, we ordinary people pay in terms of real-term pay cuts, benefits reduced, benefit cuts, things like that. Every time, the bosses and their friends in government, the Tories, want us to sacrifice more and more. So we get poorer and poorer. And as the previous speaker said, food banks now more than outnumber McDonald's franchises. It's an incredible indictment on our society. 40% of people on universal credit currently are actually in work. Their wages, let's face it, this is basically what we're saying here, their wages are insufficient to actually pay for their rent, their food, their clothing. We're having to actually supplement the wages. That, to quote the current Prime Minister, is a disgrace. 56% of people in poverty are in a working family. 70% of children in poverty are in a family where at least one parent is working. And now, profits continue to rise. Dividend payments are up. The rich are getting richer. We have more billionaires now than we've ever had. The very richest have never had it so good. But we have poor pay, poor benefits, energy price rises, with rampant inflation, so our poor wages by even less than they did to start with. And now we've got the oncoming energy price hikes begin today. Millions of workers are faced with the prospect of choosing between heating their homes this winter or feeding their families. And now the government has crashed the economy. They've borrowed billions of pounds to pay for more tax cuts for the very rich, and particularly those funding the Tory party. It's this type of corruption that has led to us having a Tory government basically since 2010. Well, we have had enough. We refuse to be weak. We refuse to be humble. We refuse to be poor any longer. And we refuse to pay for this corrupt system. Now, unions are leading this fight back, but the Enough is Enough campaign goes beyond unions. We need to fight in our communities to support these demands, which are now hidden by that NHS sticker. That's all right. We need to unite and look after each other. Please join the union. And if you're in a union, get active. If you can't join a union, then get active within your communities. And fight for these campaign demands. A real pay rise. But at the very least, needs to exceed the inflation. Bear in mind, we've been suffering from pay cuts for almost decades now. We do need a decent pay rise. We need to be able, our salaries that we bring in, our wages that we bring in, should fund our life. There shouldn't be benefits required if you're working. We need to slash the bills and bring the energy companies into public ownership. So there's no more profiteering. Price of gas goes up and they treble what we're paying. And their profits still go through the roof. We need to end food poverty. The fact that people can't afford to eat. The right to food should be a fundamental right. It's absolutely appalling that we have food banks at all, never mind food banks exceeding McDonald's franchises. We also need decent homes for all. As my comrade over there pointed out to me, it should be decent homes, decent affordable homes for all. A lot of housing that's going up at the moment is for, again, for the well-off, for the rich, for the advantaged. And the social housing that's been made available, small, inadequate. We do need a decent home for everybody. And finally, tax the rich. They have been raking it in based on our labour. They should pay. Working people are facing a struggle. The Tories, the rich and the establishment will oppose us. But we are many, they are few. And united we will win. Solidarity!
Thank you so much, Kenny. That was absolutely incredible. Just to let everybody know, we do have some free refreshments here for everyone to come and take. These were donated to us by the lovely people at St Matthew's Pantry, which is located at St Matthew's Church in Battleby. We're very, very grateful to all of you for coming out for your support. If you do want to drink, please do come and get them. That is what we're for. Don't feel like, oh, we'll only get one because we feel bad. Come get them. We've got best part of 70 cans here, full boots. I'm going to pass the microphone over to Anthony now to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you very much, George. Okay, people of St Helens. Our next speaker is a member of the National Health Service. He is NHS staff. These are the people we were clapping for during COVID. Do you know the appreciation you had then, ladies and gents? I'm sure you do. People walking past now, I'm sure you were clapping on their doorsteps for these people. While numerous of these members of staff were dying to save lives in this country. Whilst number 10 was throwing parties. And we introduce you now to Ray Richardson. He's a local activist who's had 30 years experience working in our national health system. Please listen to me. Don't just walk past the national health system. There's ours that is under threat. We all rely on it. We need to fight for all of us. Don't just walk past. Every one of us here were born in hospitals. Safely, they're professionals. Every one of us here has had care in our life food